Her private photos were made public. It created a controversy on the national stage, putting her crown in jeopardy. Today, she continues her reign as Miss New Jersey, educating youth about the dangers of the internet. Amy Polumbo is on the issues. Welcome to On the Issues. Today we have a great guest in our studio. We have Amy Polumbo, Miss New Jersey.
Hi there, everyone.
And we're going to talk today about her platform and various things that she's working on right now, preparing for the Miss America competition. So thank you for taking some time to come in.
Thank you very much for inviting me. Thank you, Nicholas.
You're welcome. Basically, to start, I think we're all interested in how you started with beauty pageants in general.
Well, actually, when I was a little girl, my mother gave me a Miss America coloring book, and I've kept it ever since with, in the back of my mind, it was always this hope of becoming Miss America. I think as young people, young little girls, they watch it on television, and it's always a dream that they have. But I never really knew how to go about it until actually a year ago. I competed for Miss New Jersey. On my very first attempt, I won. And my music teacher from high school had passed away, and at the time I was performing in Disney World as the Little Mermaid. And I flew home, and I met our new supervisor of extracurricular activities, and he said to me, "Oh, you should compete for Miss New Jersey and for Miss America." And I said, "Oh, really?" So I gave it a shot, and here I am today, and crown's on my head. So it's very exciting.
Would you say that there is a specific person or an event that influenced your current platform?
Yes, actually, my platform right now is Internet Safety Education. Prior to my particular experience, it was Internet Safety, protecting children from online predators, but subsequently I decided to expand it because of what had happened to me. But the reason I chose this platform was because of someone in my family. My cousin had become heavily involved with drug use because of people she had met over the internet, and her situation actually could have been a lot worse. She could have been, she could have been interacting with an online predator and someone who could have really taken her life or taken advantage of her in even more horrible ways. So, it's something we see about on television all the time. It's a very pressing issue, and I decided to choose that as my platform. And actually last year I remember watching the Miss America pageant, and Laura Nelson, our current Miss America, has the same platform as me, so it's very exciting.
Have you taken some specific steps thus far in implementing the platform?
Absolutely. I've been working with a company called iSafe Incorporated. They are the worldwide leader in internet safety education, and you can visit their website at iSafe.org. And I've had to establish a lot of different curriculums because I'm speaking to younger kids, because as children as early as kindergarten, 1 in 4 children that are at the age of 5 have been on web pages, have opened an email, have been in chat rooms. So it's very dangerous because these children think that because they're in the safety of their own home, they can give these strangers their information. "Oh, I live in this town, and I go to this school." So children as very young, all the way up to high school, so I've established different curriculums, and iSafe has helped me wonderfully with that. They've given me a lot of materials to use, and actually I brought with me today a wonderful tool for parents. This book is called wolfwillbuildforfood.com, and this is wonderful for young children. It's by Bea Chickarine and Jan Whittaker, and it's kind of similar to the story of the 3 little pigs, but instead they have sent the wolf their information, their address online, exactly where they live, and then the wolf comes and finds them. So it's been quite interesting. And actually what happened to me Eventually, I expanded my platform into not only teaching young children about how to protect themselves from online predators, but now I'm also teaching, college students and adults how to keep their online reputation safe.
Is there a way that you think is best to educate youth about the dangers of the internet?
Absolutely. I think it's really interesting that they actually pay attention to me more now, I think, than prior to what had happened to me. But I pretty much tell them that this isn't just my story. This is something that can happen to you, and it does happen to people all over the world in every type of profession. So I really try to show them that, and through my example, hopefully they will learn not to do the same thing.
And when you held up the book, obviously it's targeting
younger
children.
Yes.
But when you're on the road and you're in New Jersey and you're talking about your platform, how do you alter your presentation when you're speaking to children or you're speaking to parents or colleges even?
Right. Well, like I said, I have different curriculums that are set for the younger children. We read, or there's songs, or there's even pages they can color, or activity pages. And then as we get up into the later stages, such as high school, I tell them about my situation. I read them real life stories that have happened, or I show them videos. So it's really exciting. And then today, I'll be speaking with them. Obviously, they've probably seen the pictures that got me into a bit of trouble. But hopefully, by the end of tonight, learning what happened to me and really, getting to know me as a real person, they will hopefully go back to their dorm rooms tonight and really look at their networking sites and really think twice about what they're putting out there, whether they have a private site or not. Because I thought I was playing it safe by having a private network in which only several people, several of my friends that I knew personally, no strangers, people from school, people that I performed in shows with, people I thought I could trust. And one of those people betrayed my trust. So you have to be careful who you're providing this information with.
With that situation that you were involved in, the controversy with the photos, what made you prematurely make them public? What was the situation surrounding that?
Well, the press conference was a way for me to defend myself. What if I had quietly backed down and gave up my title, gave up my scholarship that I had worked very hard for, and these photos were still sent out to our sponsors with the captions they had created to go with them that made the pictures seem a lot worse than they really are. They kind of gave the pictures a different type of situation than what was really going on. So I decided, number one, like I said on the Today Show with Matt Lauer, I just wanted to end the entire thing. It had exploded into this ginormous story all over the country, and I think people just were starting to get sick of hearing about it. And I forget which newspaper it was, but they were actually starting to post pictures that were not of me, that were of friends of mine in college. So it was just getting to be too much, and I thought, you know what? This way I can tell everyone what was going on exactly in each of the photographs, and whether they're going to like me for it or not. This is me, and it's a mistake that I've made that I've learned from, and now I'm moving forward very positively because of it.
Yeah, I remember when the whole thing happened. I saw some pictures on the web, and I was like, some of them don't even look like her, and everyone was making such a fuss out of some of the ones that didn't even look like
Right.
you
Well, in
at
the
all.
beginning, people were even saying that they were nude. I mean, just all kinds of different theories, and that was really bothering me too, because I didn't want people to think they were worse than what they were. Because if you look at these photographs, I've had people come up to me and say, look, I have worse pictures in my living room, so you have nothing to worry about. But these pictures were taken before I was a title holder, before I had a crown on my head, and before I was in the public eye as a role model for young people. So, I really wasn't thinking twice about, having these pictures on my private site. They were part of a 600 pictures that I had throughout my 4 college years, and I'm not drunk in any of the pictures. I was of age, drinking at a birthday party and Halloween, and like I said, I rarely drink anyway. I'm a singer. I have to watch my voice, but they're when they're taken out of context, it seems like, oh, I'm a party girl, look at the Jersey, Miss New Jersey, she's crazy. But really, it's just, they don't represent me, they represent a few silly, innocent moments that I had with my friends.
It seemed that in that interview, Matt Lauer made it a little bit more of a comfortable situation for you when he said, good thing that they don't have Facebook when I was in college, because even Matt Lauer would have had a problem.
Right,
so.
I was sick to my stomach, but that did put me at ease, because he's right. And I've had fan mail from all over the country, people sending me rosary beads, 4-leaf clovers, all kinds of stuff. It's telling me, look, I'm proud of what you did. I'm proud for you for standing up for yourself, because this is something that, like I said, this isn't just my story. This is something that's happening all over the place, and nobody's perfect. Everyone has silly pictures. Everyone has done something like that in their life that they're not exactly 100% proud of, but that doesn't mean that they are what those pictures represent.
What kind of preparation did you go through, if at all, before you went on to the Today Show? Because obviously you were in the public eye.
I had no preparation at all. I was physically, mentally, and emotionally exhausted during that whole experience. So I think we had to be there at 4:30 in the morning on the Today Show, and I wasn't eating because when I'm nervous, I have no appetite, and I wasn't sleeping because I had no idea what the next day was going to bring. So I remember I was so tired. The first time they invited me on the show, I couldn't even string together a coherent sentence because I was just so exhausted, and I couldn't think on my feet. And you know, I actually turned down a lot of people. You know, Larry King wanted me, Tyra Banks, every show, name it, you name it. But you know, number one, people were starting to think that I was doing this for publicity, which was really bothersome. So you know, I tried to, you know, stick with the Today Show, and then I went on Bill O'Reilly, and then that was it. I decided to end it there because I was just so exhausted.
How is Bill O'Reilly off camera?
Well, I didn't really
did you have any
he's a
interaction
little
with him?
intimidating. He's very tall. So
Really?
when I sat down, I was kind of like, hello there. But I couldn't really say if he was intimidating or not because I didn't really get to know him as a person. I just kind of knew him, you know, he was doing his job. So, and I understand that I understood, you know, going into that situation that he was a very tough interviewer. So I tried to be as ready as I could, but it was still pretty scary.
Did they put in like a request with you before, like someone like Larry King would? Because obviously Bill O'Reilly is pretty, like you just said, pretty tough. So
right.
Was there a reason you went with him? And
Larry King, he wanted to fly us out to Los Angeles.
Oh,
I mean, it was a big deal, and I just wanted to hide in my house because I just wanted to sleep. So, but it was definitely a learning experience, and I feel like, you know, I've handled a lot of obstacles in my personal life that were not in the public eye, but this, above all, has taught me that if I could live through that, I could get through anything in life. So it was really interesting to go through that.
So how do you manage your time as Miss New Jersey and being a full-time student at the same time?
Oh boy, well.
Any techniques that you have for
this whole
youth?
experience has taught me to stay extremely focused because I remember, you know, before I was competing last year and before, you know, when I was just attending school, you know, I would kind of leave things off. Oh, well, this project's due next week, so I don't have to do it until next week. But now, you know, I get things done right when I receive them, and it's really teaching me to be quite focused and to not procrastinate and how to manage my time quite well because I generally have no days off and I have to, you know, look at my schedule and say, okay, what do I have to get done today? And somehow I get it all done, but it's definitely a learning experience.
And what would you say some of your most memorable experiences have been on the road, you know, conveying your platform to, you know, the people of New Jersey?
Right. Well, you know, I see the expression on these teens or these college students or these children's faces, and I know that they're learning something, and I know that, you know, when they're meeting me, they're meeting someone who has really gone through an experience with the internet. So that's very good to see. And then appearance-wise, other than my platform, I remember my favorite appearance so far has been Night in Venice, and it's an annual boat parade in Ocean City. So I got to wear a pretty gown and wave to the crowd. So I had tears in my eyes the whole time. It was really nice because that was right after I learned I could keep my crown. So it was a really wonderful night.
I saw online that there's I stumbled upon this. There's a Miss America cruise, I think, at the end of October. Is that for contestants as well?
Yes, it is, and I will not be able to attend, unfortunately, because I am going to school full-time, as you mentioned, and I'm already missing 2 weeks of school for our reality show that they're going to be filming in Los Angeles in November. So my professors are a little upset about that. So unfortunately, I won't be attending the cruise, but I'll get to see them in November.
Are the professors flexible with you?
It depends. Some of them are, and some of them not so much, because it is also my senior year. So I have my senior showcase, my senior learning community going on. So it depends who it is.
And in reference to school and your work with your major, you had left college before to take a part in the Walt Disney production, the Little Mermaid production for MGM Studios? Yes,
it's actually not through the college program, though. I auditioned for Straw Hats. It's a convention held every year. I'm sure some of the theater majors here at Rider have heard about it. And It's mainly for summer stock auditions, and I went there thinking, oh, I'll get, a really nice summer job at a theater somewhere. That'll be great. And Disney happened to be there, and they had me come in and sing for Ariel in the Little Mermaid show at MGM, and they offered me a 1-year contract, and I said, okay, I have to think about it. And they said, well, you have 1 week to think about it. So my life completely changed. I flew down to Disney, and I had, I think, 2 nights of rehearsal, and I went into singing 35 shows a week of The Little Mermaid. So
wow.
I got quite used to that big red wig and flipping my fins and singing the same song 35 times a week. So it was quite an experience. It gave me my Actors Equity card, and now after I'm done being Miss New Jersey, or hopefully Miss America, I will be able to audition for Broadway shows and not have to wait on the long lines, and I'll get to experience real life of an actor, so I'm really excited about that. And actually, that's another way I was actually inspired to compete, because one of the other mermaids we call ourselves, Rachel Potter, one of my very good friends, she competes for Miss Florida, so hopefully she'll get it next year. But she would come in and talk about competing in pageants, and I thought that's really something I've always wanted to do, and she told me how to go about it. And then they renewed my contract, but I decided to go back home, finish school, and then I decided to compete.
Was it difficult for you moving from your school, the area of your school, and then going to Florida and
absolutely.
then starting your life there for a little while?
I didn't know a single person in Florida, but it was really easy to make friends down there. They were all very friendly. Everyone at work was really great. I actually still keep in touch with all of them, so it was really a wonderful experience.
Good, good. Was your family supportive of the move?
Absolutely, yes. I have a very supportive family at home. It was actually, up until a year ago, it was just my mom and my little sister and I. And now my mom will hopefully be getting married soon, and now I have 5 brothers and sisters. So it's we're like a modern day Brady Bunch, but they're all very extremely supportive of me. My soon-to-be stepdad is, I mean, he's done more for me than the dad that that I know as my biological father. So he's really wonderful, very supportive. So I'm very blessed to have them in my life.
That's great, because obviously with all the work that you're doing, you need that kind of support when you come home.
Exactly. So. It's really good to see my family. I don't get to see them as much this year, but when I do, it makes it even more special to see them.
On a day when you have all work for Miss New Jersey, what is it like for you, like a day in the life?
Every day is a new adventure. If you ask my traveling companion, Sally Johnston, every day we're traveling somewhere. One day we're in North Jersey in a city area, and then the next day we're in a very rural area of the state. So we're traveling all over the place, and I'm really getting to see, my entire state. I had traveled a lot prior to being Miss New Jersey, because I really am proud of where I come from, but it's really interesting to see the different towns and actually visit them. But like I said, it's a new adventure every day. Sometimes there's, changing in the car and, running through, grabbing a salad at a drive-through because there's no time. It's just, I'm very pressed for time a lot of days, but it's exciting. Like I said, every day is a new adventure.
And what kind of preparation have you gone through for the actual Miss America pageant, the big one?
Right. Well, yes, that'll be aired on January 26th will be the final night. So if I'm in top 10 or Crown Miss America, you will see me competing. And there's a lot of different aspects of competition. A lot of people don't realize how much work you have to go through. But we don't just go on stage and wave our hands in our bikinis. There's a lot of inside work. We have to keep in touch with what's going on in the world, current event-wise. We have to form an opinion about everything, because a lot of people don't know we have a private 10-minute interview with the judges. So that's their first chance to get to know us as a person and as a contestant. And then after that is when we actually compete on the stage. So I've been working out in the gym for the swimsuit portion, for the physical fitness portion, and I've been going shopping, started to look at what type of gown I want to wear for the evening gown portion, and I've been working on my talent, which I'm very excited about. That's my favorite part of competing.
And what is your talent, and what made you pick that talent?
My talent, I'm a singer, and well, obviously we talked about how I was Ariel, and I've been performing on stage since I was 12, so I'm very excited. I'll be singing Astonishing from the Broadway musical Little Women. And I wasn't really sure which direction I wanted to go with singing, because I love singing opera, I love all types of musical theater, and I also love pop singing. So I kind of went with this because the song portrays a really wonderful message, and it's all about going after your dreams. I don't know if you're familiar with the character Jo March from Little Women. She's kind of the rebellious one, so she goes out there no matter what anyone else is saying, and she goes after what she wants in life. And I think that that's what I have to do, and if I want to be Miss America. So that's what I'll be singing, and I'm really excited about it.
You mentioned pop music as well as one of your interests. So what can someone find on your iPod right now?
Oh, wow. Probably, I'm such a musical theater nerd, to be honest. You know, friends of mine will go through my iPod or my songs and they'll just laugh because it's all Broadway show tunes. But, you know, I do listen to, I love Damien Rice because he's a wonderful lyricist, and I you know, a lot of the newer stuff, I haven't really had time to download a lot of it, but I really enjoy every type of music. I think, you know, every type of music is such a great type of expression from an artist. So, you know, everything to me is really wonderful to listen to.
And with the Miss America pageant itself, what do you feel the title of Miss America entails?
Well, number one, a lot of hard work. You have to be able to give up a lot of your time, and you have to be a very determined young woman. And obviously, you have to be able to go after what you want in life, like I said, without anyone telling you, you know, that you can't do something. Because if you believe in yourself, that's all you need, you know. So, but definitely someone who wants to reach out to a lot of people and cause good in the world.
And we know there's a lot of different pageants that go on. There's the Miss Teen USA. There's a lot of private organizations have pageants.
Right.
And some people hear Miss New Jersey or Miss Maryland, and they say, "Which one is that?
Which
Don't we?
one?
Don't I know a Miss? I know a Miss Maryland." So,
well,
how do you differentiate to people when they ask you?
Right. Well, I usually tell them that the two most popular ones are Miss USA and Miss America. Donald Trump runs Miss USA pageant. Actually, we are Miss America, obviously, and we have a talent portion and a 10-minute private interview. I believe there's might be 3. I don't remember though. But they are very different systems. I understand that, you know, for the most part, people portray the Miss USA system as more of a beauty pageant, but I don't really know that because I've never competed for Miss USA. I personally feel I'm too short to compete in that pageant because I know all the girls are very tall. But I think, you know, they are very different, but they're all, you know, for a very good cause in the end.
Good. And what? And
actually, the Miss America system is the #1 provider of scholarship for young women in America today. I actually think worldwide. So it's a really, really great opportunity for every young woman in college to not only tell people their story, to perform if they like to perform, but also to gain a lot of scholarship opportunities.
All right. And what do you feel that you're going to do after the actual Miss America pageant? What's your main goal?
Obviously, I'll still have my Miss New Jersey crown if I don't win, and I'll continue with my platform. You know, obviously have a lot more free time. I know my family is planning to go on a huge vacation in June, so I'm really excited about that because it will be well deserved, I feel. And like I said, I'll have a lot more free time, but I'll continue to work on my platform and cause good change and really reach out to as many young people and adults now as I can so that they can have a more enjoyable experience on the internet.
And with Miss America, you were saying throughout the interview stuff about current events and different things like that. What do you feel could be done just to have youth more involved in things like politics and current events?
Right. Well, I think, you know, in schools today, you know, it does start with the educational system. You know, with America, it's very different in each state, but I think that, you know, in the home front is very important as well as what they're learning in school because, you know, there are areas in our country, unfortunately, where teachers are underpaid. They don't really care if their student is really absorbing the material they're teaching them. So I think definitely in the home, teaching your children what is going on in the world, and especially with my platform, you know, sitting down with your child and telling them, you know, learning actually the ins and outs of the computer because a lot more children know better than their parents today anyway. So, you know, really, I think it does start in the home as well, in the family.
Do you see anything positive in the social networking websites and different things like that? Are there
absolutely.
A lot of positive things in your mind?
Absolutely. I do miss having my Facebook site because I'm starting to forget when my friends' birthdays are, which is really embarrassing. But you know, it's a great way to keep in contact with all of your friends all over the country. You know, after you leave high school and your friends are all scattered about in all different universities and colleges all over the country and all over the world now. People are studying abroad. So, you know, it's a good way to keep tabs on what is going on in everyone's life. You know, who's getting married, who is performing in a show, who just got a promotion. You know, it's really exciting because you sign on and you find that out right away, and it's really a wonderful networking tool. So if you use it properly, you'll be able to have a great networking tool with Facebook and MySpace.
So I guess if you use it properly, the benefits kind of outweigh
exactly,
the negatives.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, I want to thank you for
thank you very
coming
much,
on the show
Nicholas.
and giving insight into your platform. And
no problem.
And make sure you tune into the Miss America pageant January 26th.
Yes.
And make sure you tune into that. And then when actually is the reality show on?
I haven't found out yet, but we will be filming that, like I said, in November. I believe it's going to be shown the weeks right before the actual pageant is shown live on television.
And are they giving you preparation for that kind of thing? Or are they just throwing you into the...
Well, we received a questionnaire earlier this week, and we have to answer, you know, a bunch of questions that, you know, they want to know ahead of time. We have to film it so that they'll have a little bit of background, on all of the contestants that will be competing. So, but other than that, I really don't know what we're in store for. It'll be a surprise.
So it'll be a surprise, and it'll be a surprise to the viewers because it's reality TV.
Exactly.
So make sure you tune into the Miss America pageant. Again, I want to thank you for
very much,
coming to the
Nicholas.
show. And tune into On the Issues next week and watch all of our programming on Channel 20, the Rider University Network. I'm Nicholas Ballasy, and thanks for watching.